Yep, you're good, man.
Okay, I'm going to start off, reintroduce myself. I'm Skylar, and I do CrossFit. CrossFit, telling people I do CrossFit isn't the next thing that puts out of my mouth after I say my name. Some people kind of have that stereotype going, and if you follow me on Facebook, you'd see I don't post every day about what workout I did and stuff. So there are a few stereotypes associated with CrossFit, and there's some people that fit that bill perfectly, but I'm not one of them. So, and I know some of you with short memories might recall me saying that I don't talk about it all that much, but after we talked about speaking about our passions, I had to give it a go at least once, right? So, and secondly, I want to educate you guys on something that not only I'm very passionate about, but I'm extremely knowledgeable about too, and that is CrossFit. So, I'm going to keep it light and start off with a little transformation picture, because everyone loves that. I think it's just going to come up on the screen, maybe not here. Okay, so that's me 5 years ago. And that's me now. So basically in 5 years I got a haircut and bought some new clothes. So who knows what CrossFit is? Just a show of hands. Okay. Usually, at the time I started CrossFit back in 2012, it was pretty underground still. There wasn't a whole lot of people that knew it. People that did know about it were really passionate about it. And then I kind of drank the Kool-Aid and I became part of that. Now it seems that it's becoming a lot more mainstream. You see a lot more CrossFit affiliates popping up in towns. Like we used to have one in Brandon where I come from. Now there's 4. Stuff like that. So it's definitely evolving. For those of you who don't know what CrossFit is a workout regimen. It's a workout program. It was developed in the early 2000s by a fellow named Greg Glassman. Greg was a former Navy SEAL for the U.S. military, and he was just frustrated during his training that there was no way to measure fitness in a meaningful way that he could find. So he created a program that was specifically designed to create measurable results for fitness and health. Now, you're probably thinking there are a million workout programs out there that improve fitness and health, and that's correct. However, Glassman was the first person that defined fitness, and here's what he said. CrossFit is made up of functional movements that are performed at high intensity and are constantly varied. Here's what that means. CrossFit uses functional movements. These movements may be based on running, rowing, swimming, weightlifting, gymnastics, to name a few, but what they all have in common is that they all tie into things we do in our everyday life with our bodies. We've all helped lift furniture into a truck. We've all carried way more grocery bags than we should have been, trying to make it in one trip, right? And the CrossFit equivalent of those are deadlifts and farmer's carries, for example. And this goes on, like, every movement has a real life equivalent, sort of, right? For example, oh, sorry, I was a little ahead. These functional movements are never the same, however. They're infinite combinations of movement patterns, repetitions, rounds, weights, and these make every workout you do unique. That is the definition of constantly varied as it pertains to CrossFit. For example, in the past 5 days, last week where I went to the gym, I did 22 different movements and I only repeated one movement once. I can also assure you that none of those workouts felt like another one, except they all had one thing in common, and that's intensity. That's the third portion of CrossFit. High intensity is not just the third component in Glassman's definition of fitness, but it is definitely the most important. Intensity is something that my 79-year-old grandfather could match me in, though we may have vast differences in our physical capabilities. Intensity, simply put, is what makes CrossFit so great. So, what I have here, I'm just going to go to Safari. This is actually from my gym in Brandon, and as I was looking for a topic for my post, or for my speech, they posted this that day. So, perfect, it gave me that idea. So I'm just going to play video. How do I get, Chris, it's still on the PowerPoint for me.
Honestly, just is here.
I gotta go to Safari.
I think so, yeah, just go to that.
Okay. So I'm just going to talk over this as this is playing. So in this particular workout, Marcy, the first lady, is doing the box jumps to a 20-inch box. And you're going to see Brenda right here. She's doing her box jumps to a 6-inch tall stack of plates. When it shows their next movement, which is called a dumbbell snatch, Marcy is using a 35-pound dumbbell. And when you see Brenda doing it, she's using a 15-pound dumbbell here. So, otherwise, it's the exact same workout. The same number of reps, the same number of rounds. Usually, since it is scaled to each athlete's own abilities, it usually takes about the same amount of time too. Okay. Let's try to load this back up here. So, both girls are going to be out of breath, they're both going to be sweaty at the end of this workout, and they're both going to leave the gym feeling like they got a good workout in. It doesn't matter if you've been doing for CrossFit for 4 years, like Marcy, she's been doing it as long as I have, one of the first people I met when I went to that gym, or Brenda, who just started like late winter, early spring this year. They're all going to be doing the same workout as one another, they're all going to be performing at a high intensity relative to their physical capability, and they're all going to get a good workout out. So, is CrossFit for everyone? I don't think CrossFit's for everyone, but I do think it's for anyone. I'm not going to stand up here and tell you that each and every one of you should cancel your current gym membership and head to the nearest CrossFit affiliate like yesterday. But what I will say is that it is for anyone. It doesn't matter if you're in the best shape of your life already or if you haven't worked out in 10, 15 years. Either of those type of people could go into their first CrossFit class and end it on the ground, sweaty, out of breath, and think they got a very good workout in. If you're like me, that'll be enough. After my first CrossFit workout, I knew I would love it. I never worked out a day in my life before that. My CrossFit coach came to our hockey team's practice, told us he was opening up a gym. I went and tried it out. I almost died, I think. I almost got rhabdomyolysis, which is like a debilitating condition in your muscles. I'm just kidding. I didn't actually, but that's what it felt like to me, right? And that's why I got a good workout in, and that's why I continue to do that 5 or 6 days a week. I've been doing that for 5 years. So today, after my speech, I hope I taught you a little bit about what CrossFit is and what makes it so great. I'd just like to finish off by saying that if any of you have any questions about CrossFit or you're interested in joining or anything like that, come and ask me any questions. I'll be happy to help you to the best of my abilities, and I could point you to the nearest gym for sure. So thank you very much, guys.